What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, primed and ready to deliver you our Week 2 Team Builder here in the A-Drive Army Battle League. Bastard.
Love me.
I do love you. You're my best bud. Appreciate you. Anyways, we're here in the A-Drive Army Battle League, putting in some work. We are 0-1, unfortunately, due to really bad matchup last week. My hair is all types of messed up today. And it's windy. Fight me. Anyways, we just had a bad matchup, and Terrakion pretty much fisted our team, and that's what happened. So, it's fine.
I mean, I obviously didn't get to see you play live, but there's a lot of crap. I mean, granted, he did have some good, decent predictions, stuff like that. Like,
losing
if
the Flame Orb on
Jolteon
Jolteon
if
was
Jolteon
huge.
had Flame Orb,
So,
it would have been good.
Hopefully, we can bounce back this week and put in some work against our current opponent, being Supdeep and his new Mauville Manectrics. His team consists of Victini, Bisharp, Toxicroak, Cloyster, Druddigon, Regirock, Manectric, Mega Venusaur, Mimikyu, Tornadus Incarnate, Heracross, and Whiscash. What's special about his team, however, is his Z users, because
Power.
yeah, straight power. His Z users are Druddigon, Regirock, and Manectric. Now, so his explanation for this was, and I shit you not, and you're gonna probably laugh a little bit. He randomized his Z users because he does not like Z moves. He does not think that they are competitive. He doesn't like them at all. He really just hates Z moves.
Dude's gonna make it to finals and bring like Dragonium Z, Druddigon, and everyone's gonna be taken back.
Yeah, he's going to bring a Z move some week, and it's going to totally blow us away. Yeah, shout out to Apple Juice for sponsoring this video. Shout out to Apple Juice. Always. But, you know I'm always derailing the conversation. Anyway. So, a lot of big threats, though, regardless of his Z users.
Especially
like
Victini.
Victini is a wall breaker that's terrifying. Bisharp's always a threat because of potential pursuit trapping abilities. Cloyster, if it gets up a Shell Smash, that's always a struggle.
Cloyster's terrifying.
What
tier was Cloyster?
Tier 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah, decently nice value pick, I would say.
Yeah.
Mega Venusaur is a wall amongst walls that's so hard to break through, and if he plays well with it, like, our team doesn't do fantastic at breaking it. Mm-hmm. So, very unfortunate on that note. Mimikyu, obviously, is scary because of its disguise, so it can easily, like, come in, sponge a hit, and fuck us up. Which
we could have got Mimikyu, but you didn't want Mimikyu.
We already had a Ghost type, Jarrett. We don't need to double up on Ghosts.
Okay.
You're the one who wanted to use Blacephalon. Do you want Blacephalon or do you want Mimikyu? Pick one.
Blacephalon.
Exactly. Tornadus is a threat, obviously. Heracross could be a problem. Whiscash isn't coming. Whiscash is not coming at all.
Whiscash.
If Whiscash shows up to this battle, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
I have no clue what I'll do, but
delete your channel.
No, I'm not risking that. I'm not risking that because I don't know how good he actually is.
Dude, Whiscash is a monster. He's a god amongst men.
This guy we're facing is 1-0. He's got a +5 differential, so like he's currently number 1 in our in the blue league. So like that's a thing. If that's definitely a thing. So yeah, we have our work cut out for us for sure.
Okay, anyway.
Whiscash isn't coming.
He's coming.
That's why we didn't prep for it.
Okay.
At all. Even slightly. We're completely ignoring that he has a Whiscash. We're 100% ignoring it because it's not even worth it. So, first thing we're bringing. We got a double, the Belt Collector. Obviously, he's got Inner Focus. We were running enough speed to outpace that Manectric. Because, you know, Manectric is a fast boy, but we're a faster boy, which is great.
I mean... This is like, when I see Mega Glade, maybe except putting Drain Punch, or instead of putting Close Combat, like this is like the Mega Glade set, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, very standard Mega Glade set, nice SD, 3 attacks, and just nice dual stab going on there. Like, it's pretty standard. I felt Drain Punch, personally, would be better, mostly just due to the fact that I didn't want to be lowering my stats at any point. I didn't want to put myself in a situation where, like, oh, I'm like -1.
Like
Sucker Punch can kill me, or Shadow Sneak can kill me, or something along those lines. I didn't want to put myself into that like negative situation at any point if I don't have to. The only thing that we really struggle to break, I think, without having CC, is Cloyster if he's really, really bulky, and Regirock if he's really bulky. Other than that, we can pretty much break just about everything else on this team with an SD up, which is really nice.
We also have other mons for those.
Yeah. So we have other ways of beating them. So like at the end of the day, like if they're not whittled down enough, like we can still beat them with other things. It's just a matter of like we should be like if we can get up an SD, his team just dies.
Yeah,
his team just gets eaten by this thing. It's absolutely amazing. Like, no, he doesn't have a switch in to Mega Gallade per se. Like, depending on the moves, like he really doesn't have a switch in. I mean, there's some instances where I can literally just click Zen Headbutt if he doesn't if he doesn't bring Bisharp for some reason. I can literally just bring this thing in and click Zen Headbutt. If he goes into Victini, unless he's Scarfed, I have nothing to worry about, and then I'll find out if he's Scarfed.
Yeah,
I can go straight for the knockoff.
I mean, yeah, knockoff is big, especially having Mimikyu around.
Yeah, that Mimikyu is going to be a problem. Like if I can break its disguise, I'm not worried about it.
And,
I just need to be smart about that.
Didn't bring Leaf Blade for Whiscash. Don't like it.
Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need the Leaf Blade. I'm telling you, Jared, we don't need to worry about fucking Whiscash. It's just a Whiscash. He probably drafted as a joke. Next up, we're bringing Undertaker. I guess in this case, if he wants to really focus on Whiscash, this is our first water weakness of the week. So,
well, also a ground immunity.
It's a ground immunity. There, we prepped for Whiscash. You see,
yes,
we're happy. Be happy now. We're running Wakanberry with Rock Head because it doesn't have another ability that makes sense. Like his abilities are all pretty much ass.
Wakanberry is the electric one, right?
Yes, Wakanberry
so
is
that's
electric.
for Bolt Strike, or
yes, sir.
Bolt
Strike on the Victini. We have enough speed investment to outpace, I believe it's the Tornadus. Yes, Tornadus.
I was like,
enough speed to outpace Tornadus. Well, everything on his team. Obviously, because Tornadus is as fast as Mon. But at least, like, barring any Scarfers, we will outspeed it no matter what. We have Rock Slide, Roost, Aerial Ace, and Earthquake. Didn't feel like bringing rocks on Arrow this week. If we wanted rocks, I'm bringing it on someone else. I needed this thing to be bulky, and I needed the coverage on it, more or less. Because Rock Slide will be good for hitting things like the Victini, the Cloyster a little bit, the Tornadus especially. Very, very important for hitting those. Aerial Ace is obviously important for like the Heracross and the Mega Venusaur and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did want to bring the Earthquake so that we could hit things like the Bisharp, the Regirock, if necessary. Like
Victini.
And then we have the Roost, obviously, to keep ourselves at a decent amount of HP, just in case, like, we're in a position where, like, if Victini comes in against us, like, we can handle it 1v1 pretty much, because Rock Slide should, even without attack investment, depending on what his spread is, should be able to 2 KO. Like, unless we get 2 min rolls in a row, because I think min roll is 49%. If we get 2 min rolls in a row, then we deserve to lose at that point. We just... I'll take the L.
It's your luck, though, so... You're one playing.
You're not wrong.
So, yeah, I mean, it's regular Arrow, just minus rocks.
Yeah, regular Arrow, which is nice and bulky, nice and ready to take a hit or two, which, honestly, like, I've run some of these calcs that I've seen. Like, Arrow's not... Like, his defenses don't look pretty, but he's not exactly, like, a frail boy. Like, he takes a hit pretty well and keeps on ticking. I'm pretty impressed so far by Arrow.
Flying Rock actually isn't the worst typing.
It's not a bad defensive typing at all, honestly. Like, thinking in my head quick, like 4 weaknesses total, I think. Yeah, 4 weaknesses: water, ice, electric, and rock, and steel. 5. So, like, it's not the best, but it's not the worst defensive typing. It could be worse. It's not like it's a rock dark type T-Tart.
Yeah.
Like 8,000 weaknesses.
Yeah. But yeah.
So Undertaker is gonna bury him some people alive. It's gonna be pretty great. Next we're bringing a Toxapex Predator, our beautiful Toxapex. This beautiful bitch here, just fully physically defensive, Black Sludge with Regenerator, which is gonna chew hits for days. I went fully Phys Def mainly just for Banded Teeny, because Banded Teeny cannot 2-hit KO this if I'm 90% certain, because all the move, because Bolt Strike is its most powerful move to hit us with, and it's not stab, so it misses out, I think, slightly. Like with Black Sludge Recovery, it misses out on the 2 KO, I'm pretty sure. And Zen Headbutt, even though it's stab, it's still weaker, like the way the numbers work out. And so it's like right around the same damage, if not slightly weaker. So it's like, overall, Toxapex cannot be 2-hit KO'd. Mm-hmm. And obviously switching into Victini, we'll see whether it's banded or not immediately. So we can play off of that as well. And like if he does think he can maybe scoop the 2-hit KO, we also have the Baneful Bunker there to potentially to go for that, get the extra recovery, as well as getting a toxic on or a poison onto that Victini as well, and start whittling it down, which is really, really nice. We have Haze. Haze is always important with this mon. Like 9,000% of the time, Haze is important because, like, looking at his team, he's got Calm Mind Victini as an option. SD on Bisharp, Shell Smash Cloyster. This thing is our ultimate Shell Smash Cloyster counter. Cloyster at +2 with Shell Smash can't even 2-hit KO this with Rock Blast. It doesn't even come close. It's hilarious how little damage it does to us. This thing's a monster.
Just live one hit.
Haze it away, and then we can just recover back up. And if he wants to try to set up again, go for it, dude. You can set up all day against us. I don't care. We will keep fucking your stats up. I don't care. I also gave up on not swearing in this league because I know. I can't even. I know I won't be able to do it, so I'm just not even going to try. Yep. Then we also have Scald. If things want to switch in, I'll take a burn. I'll take a burn on a Mega Venusaur. I'll take a burn on a Toxipro won't work. I'll take a burn on a Cloyster. I'll take a burn on a Dredagon. Maybe Bisharp. I'll take a burn on that too.
Whiscash. Anyway,
we have Haze, so we can take away Dragon Dances on Whiscash. There you go, Jared. Happy?
Prep.
Happy? Prep. We're prepping for Whiscash now.
Okay.
Next up we have Cesaro, the Swiss Cyborg, Registeel over here, Chople, Berry, Clear Body, Stealth Rock, Counter, Thunder Wave, and Iron Head. Boy, what a set we have going on here. Oh, we got EVs everywhere. It's kind of wild.
Oof, I didn't even look at that one before.
Oof. So we have the 4 into speed. This is specifically because Regirock is also base 50 speed, so I want to outspeed that thing and potentially be able to Iron Head it to death if necessary. Mm-hmm. These options are always there. We have a large amount of Spadef investment. I believe this was for like a Focus Blast or something from some mon. This is for... This makes it so that neither form of Tornadus, whether special or physical, can beat us. Because if it runs Superpower versus Focus Blast, this thing guaranteed takes anyone and counters it. Or if it's physical, if we see its Superpower, we can counter it, no big deal. And if we see it's special, we can just be Thunder Raving it and cripple that Tornadus really easily.
I mean, it's... Once, like, I feel like I said this a million times, it's a standard. Mm-hmm. It's a standard.
Pretty standard, just spreading the EVs out a little bit more, which is pretty nice. Get the rocks up, which would be pretty cool for whittling down the Victini. And the Cloyster. His only forms of hazard removal are Defog on Torn Eye and Rapid Spin on Cloyster. Because I always forget that Cloyster has Rapid Spin, so that's a thing. And then we can really pressure them, so... Because Tornadus doesn't really appreciate coming in on the rocks, which is really, really nice. And then obviously we can just Thunder Wave it with Registeel and capitalize off of its defog turn to get Registeel in pretty free.
Yeah, I mean, really nice. Yeah, just pretty utility Pokemon this week.
Yeah. Next up, we have Shockmaster coming through the wall once again. We're running an Assault Vest with Volt Absorb this week.
Yep, can't get that freaking Flame Orb knocked off again.
If we can't get our Flame Orb popping, we're just going to have to not bring one. That's just going to be the way it is. We're running, again, enough speed to outspeed his whole team, barring any Scarfers, so we're going to outspeed that Tornadus. Max Special Attack, obviously, because we want to hit as hard as possible. And then we just threw the rest into HP so that our Assault Vest is pretty much like not wasted, so that we have like a decent amount of bulk coming behind it. This is, because I feel like he's going to bring the Manectric, because like it's the mascot pick for him, and realistically, like, when you make a mascot pick, you try to bring that thing as much as possible. And Manectric doesn't have a bad matchup against us, but especially with like Toxapex, he's going to need to bring something to break through that. Between Toxapex and Arrow, stuff like that, he's going to need something to break through those. So I'm pretty sure Manectric is more than likely coming. So this is like an immediate switch into that every single time, because barring HP ground, he's not going to be able to 2-hit KO us, and he can't. I don't even think HP ground 2-hit KO us unless he specs. Like, he'd have to be specs, I think, to 2-hit KO us, if I remember the calcs correctly. That's why we also have the HP ground, because we can 2-hit KO him if he's an offensive variant, which I believe he will be. This thing is also an amazing switch into Tornadus if it's a special variant, because if you want to see something chew a Hurricane, you watch this Jolteon come in on a Tornadus. I think it does like 15 to 20 something %. It's like nothing at all. It's like there's like a light gust of wind. And then we have the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is basically here so that we have a way of hitting Victini a little bit harder. That's entirely it. There's also the Mimikyu as well. Mimikyu is important.
Where's HP Grass?
We don't need to worry about the Whiscash. You'll take enough damage from Shadow Ball. It's fine. It's fine, Jarrett. Okay. You're too worried about Whiscash. It's fine. It's not even a big deal.
I'm only doing it because you literally said Whiscash is not coming. So
it's not. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. Bet. I know I'm not. I'm not making that bet. I'm not stupid. I'm not. I will never make a bet in a draft league against something coming, like an actual physical bet, because as soon as I do, it will show up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So this way, by not making the bet, it's not coming. So nothing to worry about. Our last Mon making his debut this week. It's actually Cesaro is making his debut this week as well, which is pretty cool. Making debut this week, Disco Inferno, the Blacephalon. We bring in the Firium Z, Mind Blown, Shadow Ball, Psyshock, and Toxic.
Z Fire or Z?
Z Mind Blown is
almost everything.
Yeah, he doesn't have a switch into Z Mind Blown at all. Anything that does come in on Z Mind Blown gets knocked out by something else.
There is a Mon on his team that quad resists Z Mind Blown.
It doesn't quad resist. Ha ha ha. Ha. We're going to learn you something real right now.
Ground water.
Yeah, ground doesn't resist.
Ground doesn't resist fire?
Nope.
Excuse me, that is false information right there.
That is not false information. But if he brings the standard offensive set, right? Look at that. That's 66 to 78%. And he dies to a Shadow Ball afterwards.
Wow.
Even go max HP, right? Because physically defensive. Still dies to a Shadow Ball afterwards. He'd have to be max Spadef to even have a chance. Of taking both. Yeah. He has to be like fully Spadef invested to even take both. At that point, I've already won. So it's fine.
Well, if Whiscash comes, you've already won.
Whiscash comes, I've already won. Let's be real. But the Z Mind Blown, even to Mega Venusaur with its ridiculous thick fat ability, even with that, it does like 70%, which is absolutely wild, and puts it obviously in range of just being able to die to a Psyshock. Obviously, like if we kill something else before Mega Venusaur comes in, it'll just die to a Psyshock anyway. We don't have to Z Mind Blown it, which is really nice. Like essentially, if we come in, we click Z Mind Blown. And unless there's like some very large extraneous circumstance that tells us don't click Z Mind Blown, we're clicking Z Mind Blown and we're going to kill something.
Like don't be dumb and click it on Mimikyu before its disguise is busted.
Yeah, no, obviously, like if Mimikyu's disguise is not busted yet, we do not Z move at all.
Happy. Anyway,
I still laugh at that today. It's still funny. It never stops.
He was so excited to use Malicious Moonsault, and he was like, wait, why did it do nothing? He's like, disguise.
Ah! Yeah. Oh, I was cringing the whole time.
But anyway,
and then we have the Toxic. Toxic is... See? Jarrett, there it is. Toxic is our prep for Whiscash.
Every Mon on this team has
some Whiscash shows up, we're going to click Toxic as we predict the switch-in. It's more so for the Regirock. We'll click Toxic, predicting the switch-in, and we're going to Toxic it, and then we're going to start whittling it down. We're going to be able to switch out to another one of our clear, obvious Whiscash counters that we're bringing this week, and then we're going to be able to whittle him down, and he's not even a problem anymore. So it's all good, man. It's all good.
Good.
Although, what if he's like, what if he does something with hydration, huh? Then he gets rid of the toxic.
Whiscash is a god. End of story.
No. So that is the team. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and let me know if you guys think the Whiscash comes to this matchup. You know what the team is.
Yes.
You decide if Whiscash is a good matchup.
Subdeep, if you're watching, change your name to the new Mauville Whiscashes. Please.
Don't do that to yourself. Don't.
You'll still have a mascot pick.
Do not claim that Pokemon for yourself. Don't claim that for you. No. You're better than this. You're better than this. Don't.
Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Obviously, thank you to Jarrett for joining me once again for these awesome team builders, which is so much fun to do. I love having someone with me to do these now, so it's pretty dope. But yeah. With that being said, we'll get out of here. Till next time, guys. I'm PokePrimer. Signing off. Peace.